What is up, guys? Welcome back. So it's been a while since I've put out any videos, and so this is going to be a long one. I'm doing a review of Season X this time around. I felt the need for this because a lot of bugs were present in the initial release, and there's also coding errors that the devs did. Some issues also with the battle pass, which should not have happened, and likewise with the Federation level. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the honor store itself. So this season has been like super relaxed, and you can see that I've bought out almost everything inside of this, which means there's ample rewards to have if you're like in a strong alliance. I only got like 1,000 of these left, which is something I am going to get as well because I still have 4 days before this ends. You could do the Nephilims as well. Since I have 8 days still, I'll be able to do those. Attacking neutral buildings as well. Training units, now this is something I had trouble doing because I only had like one T9 unit unlocked, which was artillery. So if you have two at least, I think you might be able to do these. This one still might require a lot of effort, but you should be able to do at least 2 million of them. Attacking enemies, yeah, if you're in a active like server situation, SVS, so this is automatically also going to happen if you are an active player and you like attacking other people. I still have one level left to go. This is pay to win. There is no way that you get it to 400 without spending heaps of money, so this is where the difference happens. You can see that that's 5,000, 6,000, 8, 10, and 15,000 points being offered for spending a heap of money. And this is just, in my opinion, I feel like this is not worth it. So, the second thing I'd like to discuss is the Federation itself. So, just like in Season 3, the Federation system was introduced. What this is that the levels are wrongly coded because you're not getting enough EXP, sadly, from killing seasonal Nephilims. Just like 5 EXP. They need to rescale this because the season's about to end. We are still sitting at level 7, even though ASD is like one of the top active alliances in the game. So as for Federation Tech, you can see we didn't bother with it at this point because the season was too lax. There was no fighting involved. They are saying that in the next one they are going to fix these issues, but still they shouldn't have been, issues in the first place. As for the Fed store, it relies on the Federation level, so we couldn't even reach this far in. This is something that they also an apology to all players playing. And the next thing we're going to look at is the battle pass itself, which is now gone, sadly, I guess. But you see that in the battle pass, once you reached like level 100, you couldn't do anything past that. In the previous seasons, if you would kill Nephilims, it would still give you EXP, but it wasn't happening in this one. Tiling also gave EXP, but there are no tiles in this one. So they should have given us as an alternative because you're not getting your money's worth in the battle pass this time around. They charged it, but they didn't give you the full rewards. So that's on them as well. And the last thing I'd like to discuss are the heroes itself. So for me, Floranis was like a boon because I'm an art main, and I've gotten her a lot from a lot of sources, I guess. So since the season's going to repeat, I am confident that I could bring her to 5 stars and at least 9s over here. So what Floranis does is that she gives you healing. And this is something that was missing a lot in artilleries because artillery is like a glass cannon. It has the most amount of attack, but not enough sustain. So this hero fixes that. The best formation you could go with is Animox, Floranis, and Bakari. Or if you don't have him, you can also run Magni instead, but Magni is also like super hard to get. But this formation works wonders because Bakari also has shield and sustain. Floranis has even more sustain and Animox purges, so you have a pretty decent artillery march with this. So the second hero is the tank hero. Now, I didn't focus much on tanks, but you can see that I still got a lot of drops, enough to make him 1-star general and get the initiative directive array to at least level 4. I think I might, bringing up to at least all 6s here and a capped matrix in the next season's end. So that's not really a bad drop ratio, it's just that the drop ratio is rare. So for this hero, he is a huge nuke and the best out of the 3 that have been released. So for tank mains, yes, you should get him. Because in the first round, this guy unleashes an attack 6 times. Okay, that's the ambush is happening 6 times in a row. That's already huge amounts of damage. If you couple that with initiative directive ray, you can see that you're increasing your elemental damage by 7%. Then you're also increasing your combat speed by 10%. On top of which, so let's say the game just began, right? So your enemy is bound to have units exceeding 85% of the original value, so the damage is also going to get increased by 28%. And when the team exceeds 60% of team's original number of units, increased elemental damage dealt by 30% more. So I'd say initiative directive ray on this hero is super awesome. You can pretty much nuke weak marches before they even get a turn. So, but on top of that, judgment can also happen in round 1 because that's a 75% chance of activation, so it'll deal damage to 2 random enemy teams as well. I'd say this is a pretty broken hero. Ingrid is more of a sustain than a damage. She has a stun and she has this robot army. So this skill happens again and again, and you're getting a robot legion added to your marches. So this is a good sustain hero. If you're going for Ingrid, I'd say you couple him with Kyuta and Magni, and you get a pretty decent infantry march. Because then you're playing the sustain game, because infantry has the highest amount of defense. So that's just something you would want to consider. So I'm using Rage Directive Array with her, just so I could give her, some more bit of attack damage. So I'd say, like, instead of Rage Directive, you could go for the any of these. I don't know. I'm not a infantry main. I don't really touch infantry. So I'm sure a lot of infantry mains out there could guide you better on this. But yeah, that's it for the specifications of this season. But all in all, this season has had quite a few letdowns, I'd say. From the devs side, not from our side. They need to fix these issues, and I'm hopeful that they will. We didn't get our money's worth in this season. They charged extra, didn't provide all the rewards that were promised in the battle pass. I'm saying this again, so maybe they take a look at this video and they realize their mistake. Maybe they compensate at least the people that bought the battle pass. So that is it for this video. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you around.